Welcome back to Wittenberg Academy's Greek 1 course. This is Lesson 13 in Gleason's Greek Primer. Section 153 on page 44. In conditional sentences, the clause containing the condition, or if clause, is called the protasis, and that containing the conclusion is called the apodosis. The supposition contained in a protasis may be particular or general. A particular supposition refers to a definite action occurring at a definite time. A general supposition refers indefinitely to any act occurring at any time. The negative adverb of the protasis is regularly may. That of the apodosis is ou. So both mean no or not, may and ou. Commit to memory the following model sentences. Egar ekon tuta prato mistan echo. Egar ekon hekon, it's a rough breathing mark. Egar hekon tuta prato mistan echo. For if I do this thing willingly, hekon means willingly, I have a reward. And then B, e tuta epraxa kalos eche. E tuta epraxa kalos eche. If he did this, it is well. So observe that neither of the above sentences applies whether the condition is or is not fulfilled. Note that the tenses of the indicative mood are used in both parts of the sentence. In our rule of syntax, when the protasis simply states a present or past particular supposition, as in the two examples, implying nothing as to the fulfillment of the condition, it has the indicative mood in the verb with a as the word meaning if. Any form of the verb, but generally the indicative, may stand in the apodosis. So this is the first kind of conditional sentence that we're going to learn. What you need to know is that it includes the indicative in the protasis with a for if, and in the apodosis it can have any mood, but generally will have the indicative. And it's a particular condition. All right. Section 158, our vocabulary. Ha-misthas, wages or pay. Ha-namas is custom or law. Ha-haplites is a hoplite, a heavy-armed soldier. Ta-haplan is an implement. It's most often in the plural, ta-hapla, meaning arms, all the things that a soldier carries. Ha-parasanges, a parasang, a measure of distances, about 3 1/3 miles. Peltastes, a targeteer or peltist. He pelte is a shield or target. He stratia is the army. And hikanon means sufficient or able. Aligan means few or but a few. Those are both adjectives. Ex elauno has an aorist ex elesa, means to march forth or march. A is a conjunction with the indicative, meaning if. Intautha is an adverb meaning there or thereupon, and intauthen as an adverb meaning from that place or thence. Kalos is an adverb meaning well. Kalos echo means I am well. And may is a negative adverb meaning no or not. All right. So, the stuff with conditions, just do what he says there and memorize those two sentences so that you have something to remember for this particular indicative condition with no expectation. Basically, we're going to learn more conditional sentences, some of which imply that the condition is fulfilled, or others imply that the condition is not fulfilled. We've started off with the most general kind of condition, one that does not imply whether or not the condition is fulfilled. All right, work out your sentences, then start the tape again for the corrections. Here we go, number 1. Ha angelas e epia ton kakon dulon dikeasein. Ha'angelos epaia ton kakon dulon dikeasein. The messenger, if he struck, or if he was striking, it's in imperfect tense, if he was striking the wicked slave, was just. So the main sentence, or excuse me, the protasis is epaeton kakandulon. The apodosis is ha'angelos dikayasein. So here the protasis appears, stuck in the middle of the protasis. All right, 2, or the other way around. Sorry, the other way around. The apodosis is ha'angelos dikayanein. So the protasis is stuck in the middle of that. 2. E ha strategas effugen, uk agathos ein machen. E ha strategas effugen, uk agathos ein machen. So here's one where things come in nice order. Protasis first. If the strategos, if the general, fled, he was not good in battle. 3. Apegar deile ein, ha palemioi elepan tas skenas. Epegar deile ein, ha palemioi elepan tas skenas. For since it was evening, the enemy left the tents, abandoned the tents. 4. Entoithen ex alaune deca parasangas eis pedian kalan. Entoithen ex alaune deca parasangas eis pedian kalan. So thence, entoithen, from that place, he marched out 10 parasangs, so what do I say, 33 miles or something, 31 miles, into the good plain. 5. In Tautha de Palas Hemeras, Ethuin he stratia kai the ois kai the ice. In Tautha de Palas Hemeras, Ethuin he stratia kai the ois kai the ice. So thereupon, Ethuin, Hastratia, the army was making sacrifice, Palas Hemeros, for many days, accusative of extent of time. The accusative case is used to show extent of time. For many days, and then kai the ois, kai the ice. That means both to the gods and to goddesses, both to gods and goddesses. 6. Hoi saphoi anthropoi tes komes gegraphisi namus agathus. Hoi saphoi anthropoi tes komes gegraphisi namus agathus. But the wise men, tes komes, of the village, and then here's a perfect verb, have written good laws. 7. Aligoi de neaniai ton person epion ton oinan. Aligoi de neaniai ton person epion ton oinan. But few young men of the Persians drink wine. 8. Hikanaskar ein ha mathetes dora pempein te basileia. Hikanaskar ein ha mathetes dora pempein te basileia. For the disciple was, that's the core of the sentence, ein ha mathetes. For the disciple was sufficient or able, hikanas, able, to send gifts to the to the queen. 9. Into fabro palemo hoi stratiotai edioxan tus persas eistain thalatan. Into fabro palemo hoi stratiotai edioxan tous persas eistain thalatan. So our main verb, edioxan, from dioko, so this is an aorist. They pursued. Who pursued? Hoi stratiotai. So the soldiers pursued. Whom did they pursue? The direct object will be accusative. Tous persas. The soldiers pursued the Persians. And now the rest of the sentence falls into place. In the fierce war, the soldiers pursued the Persians to the sea. Into the sea. 10. Ton men hapliton ta hapla longai esan kai machairai. Hoida peltas tai ekan peltas mikras. Ton men hapliton ta hapla longai esan kai machairai. Hoida peltas tai ekan peltas mikras. So he's got a note there on men and da. Men and da occur when two parts of a sentence, it's often translated in English. He says leave men untranslated, but it's often translated as on the one hand, on the other. So on the one hand, the hapla, the implements, the arms of the hoplites are spears and swords. On the other hand, the peltatiers have small shields. So there you go. All right. So getting close to the end of this section of our course. We just got one more chapter in Greek 1. So keep banging away at this and study that vocabulary especially, and you'll be ready for the quiz.